From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a major night here on Evenings LALATE as more stimulus coming to millions of Americans, and they're all in the incredible membership newsletter, which we'll go over tonight after Stimulus Check C. Stimulus Checks A to C passed by President Joe Biden. Stimulus Check E passed by Congress and expanded by the Biden administration a week ago today. And then Stimulus Checks L to Q, these are all 2023 stimulus checks for you, SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low income. This is federal stimulus for Americans in U.S. states and U.S. territories. We'll go over how to get these incredible checks. We'll go over stimulus checks A, B, and C from the president. Then, after stimulus check C, we'll take a break and look at that incredible membership newsletter. Have you become a member? That's where you get all these incredible stimulus checks. Then we'll go to stimulus checks E through K. And that E that was expanded by the Biden administration a week ago today. And then L to Q. It's prime time, and tonight we'll go over that massive $500,000 stimulus check R, the children's checks, PEBT, the unemployment stimulus, and it's all in the incredible membership newsletter. Then, in the big second half, we'll go over the expansion of stimulus. We'll go over the latest details of what happened with this economy, and also why this got so interesting. Is crypto under fire? Well, we'll go over the crypto stalking rumors that heated up yesterday and its impact on the markets in the big second half. Crypto Wall Street Live. We had some corporate earnings that came in today, and Lyft needed a lift because it did not deliver. Expedia, Travel and Leisure may need to take a trip because also it was under pressure today as well. We have the latest details of expansion of stimulus checks, and we'll also jump into some live charts, and we'll get a preview of next week, because what is next week? More inflationary data. And in tonight's primetime broadcast, I give you my commentary on one of the most difficult things the last 2 years, which really was inflation, and how I was so excited to finally see this inflation at the supermarkets, at least in Los Angeles, finally go away in the last 48 hours. And one of the latest details across the board, plus Ann asked for me to go over artificial intelligence that's heating up ChatGPT. That heats up tonight's broadcast from the shores of Santa Monica, California. It's a brand new show, it's a brand new broadcast, and it's America's most watched show for prime time of financial news. It's LA, and it all starts right now. And good evening, everybody. Our broadcast starts tonight with Stimulus Live, those 2023 stimulus checks, and they're all law. We're going to go over all those incredible checks starting right now. These are 2023 stimulus checks pass law for Americans and U.S. states and U.S. territories. We'll go over stimulus checks A to C, then we'll take a break, look at that membership newsletter after stimulus check C, then we'll go to stimulus checks E through K, L to Q, and because this is prime time, we'll go over the more stimulus checks, including that $500,000 stimulus check R, unemployment, and also children's checks. First, let's start with stimulus checks A, B, and C. Again, all these stimulus checks on your screen have the same eligibility. They're for you. Go get them. These are stimulus checks for you, SSI. Stimulus checks for you, SSDI, stimulus checks for you, SSA, stimulus checks for you, veterans, stimulus checks for you, low income. And how do you get them? In the membership newsletter, which again we'll go over after stimulus check C. But let's start with stimulus check A, B first right now. These are stimulus checks passed by the President of the United States in spring of last year, and they're huge. The President of the United States came along and passed a series of executive actions in spring of 2023, which established, spring of last year, which established the first three checks, A, B, and C. Stimulus check A is a $6,500 to $12,000 stimulus check. I love it. But stimulus check B is really the check that pays the most months. This is the check that's paying 18 months of monthly stimulus checks MSCs. Congratulations, Purple Power. You advocated for it. It became law. It's a monthly stimulus check. And this is what Frank Mancuso got as a member. He's getting lots of monthly stimulus checks. Let's look at these incredible stimulus checks A, B, and C right now. Stimulus check A is a $6,500 to $12,000 stimulus check. It's just wonderful. Then we go to stimulus check B. And stimulus check B is the check that pays the most months of checks. 18 months, 5 checks per month, $3,000 across the board. We have a lot of great different stimulus checks over tonight's broadcast, and I'll highlight which checks I like for particular reasons. I like B for obvious reasons. It pays the most months, and it pays the most checks. It's stimulus check B. Become a member right now and go right into that membership news and get stimulus check B. Again, we'll go over that stimulus check B after we get to stimulus check C, which we're going to do right now. Rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. In the membership news, it tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it. 12 different places for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more for stimulus check C. And you want to shoot for 18 months of these checks because that's what viewers are getting on average. You deserve these sums of money. Let's look and see some of the success stories that should inspire you. Always inspire other people, part of the Purple Power community. Let's look at some of the incredible success stories we've had with viewers on this channel and members. $30,000 of rent. If you want it, become a member. In the membership newsletter, it tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it. 12 different places for rent at stimulus check C. Utilities. 12 different places to reach out for this. And with utilities and rent, viewers are averaging about 18 months of checks. How many utility bills do you have per month? 5? The water, the heating oil, the electric, the telephone. Go get them all paid. Again, 12 different places in that membership newsletter. Do it right across the board. Combinations of checks. Well, don't start with just one check, get more checks. In tonight's broadcast, it's important to understand that you need to look at your notes, look at that worksheets that you have for the membership newsletter. Did you get your checks lined up for March yet? How about April? Get them ready. Did you get all your checks for February? Go back and double check. Did you leave out a check for February? Or maybe you thought you got paid for it and you didn't get the application in. Go do it right now. Combinations of checks, let's look at those numbers right now. Here's Mark, who's at $32,000. He went to $50,000. Then he went to $100,000. Then he went to $166,000. And here's Lorraine. She was at $105,000. She went to $155,000. Again, this is stimulus check C. In the membership newsletter, have you become a member right now? Join the channel. This is where people are cleaning up. And $105,000 is not the ceiling. We have a lot of viewers who have gotten over $200,000 of 2023 stimulus checks from this channel. Dragon, triple member to all 3 channels, is holding $170,000. In these incredible stimulus checks so far through A to C, we have rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, more. But coming up in the big second half, or coming up in the next 5 minutes, I should say, we have home repairs, the computer, the car, the free internet, and more. It's coming up in just a second. That's a preview of what's coming up in stimulus checks E through K. Now, as promised, after stimulus check C, I want to go over that membership newsletter. I'm going to do that starting right now. So you're excited about these stimulus checks. C pays the most months, and you want to know, where do I get them? Step 1, you become a member. Then you go into this video and go right into that newsletter. And that's where you pounce and get these incredible checks. All the same eligibility. And what is that newsletter? It's right here. This is the newsletter. news.lalate.com/newsletter. That is the newsletter. It's a website. And the website's live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't even have to write down the website. Because why? I put this website, the newsletter website, at the top of the chat, the pinned comment, and the description of every video on all 3 channels. That is the newsletter website at news.lalate.com/newsletter. The only last step that you have to do is grab the password from the most recent post on the YouTube community page, not the LALATE community page, the YouTube community page. So if you're going to alert that's a new video airing tonight, a new alert that's a new video airing tomorrow, it says right in every alert, current password. I send out that current password nearly 300 times a day, and you're not going to miss it because it says current password of a beautiful hawk right next to it. Grab that password and go to that password-protected website and start applying for stimulus checks A, B, and C. B is the one that pays the most months of checks. Let's continue the next checks, E through K, that came from Congress. And the President of the United States expanded stimulus check E on Friday, a week ago today. He made it larger across the board, and that stimulus check E is even better than it was before, $7,500, but now more money and broad eligibility for that stimulus check E. G is 30% off. H, $2,000 stimulus check. I love it. Again, these are checks from Congress from last year. L and Q, $8,000 and $8,000 both, and K, I and J, I should say, 8 and 8, and then K, $14,000 stimulus check. After that, I found other stimulus checks, and those are L to Q. L and M, L is $100,000 on average of loan interest for money. M, a $4,000 stimulus check. N, I like N a lot. A lot of people love stimulus check N, but it's a brand new computer. Which one? Stimulus N. Brand new computer, tablet, laptop, free internet, high-speed internet, I should say. And zero down payment, zero closing costs on a brand new mortgage is O, P, 3% refi, and Q, an $8,000 stimulus check. So there you go. Those are your 2023 stimulus checks law for you Americans in U.S. states, in U.S. territories, passed over the last 3 years, because the way the laws work is that once they're passed, they remain laws so long as they're still funded, and these are still funded. They all have the same eligibility. They're for USSI, SSDI, SSA, low income. They are all in that membership newsletter. Go right into it right now. Become a member. The newsletter is at the top of the chat, this website, the pinned comment, and the description of the video. It's at news.lalate.com/newsletter. Where do I apply for the checks? In the newsletter. Where's the newsletter? That website. Where is it posted? The top of the chat, the pinned comment, and the description of this video and every video on all 3 of the LALATE broadcasting channels. Grab the password from the most recent post to you from the YouTube community page and put it right in there, and you are into that password-protected website. Throughout the day, you're getting alerts of new videos airing on your channel as a member. And every alert from a brand new video says current password. Has a little hawk and it says current password. It'll say there's a new video at 3 o'clock, and right after it'll say current password. That's the password. So simple. Again, it's sent to you nearly 300 times a day. Current password, it's updated once per day in the morning. Put it right in there and you're ready to rock and roll. And those are your beautiful stimulus checks, A to Q. Of those checks, which ones do I like the most? I love N because a brand new computer, tablet, and laptop. That's N like Nancy. B pays the most monthly stimulus checks. You advocated for it as part of the Purple Parent community. We got it. I like the home repairs and the computer and the car. I love all that, of course. And I also like the other stimulus checks that only heat up primetime shows on LALATE 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to look at those right now. I love stimulus check R. Why? Because it's the biggest stimulus check. It's over $500,000. It's the employee tax retention credit, and it's in the membership newsletter. And if you had an employee in 2019 and kept them on staff when the pandemic hit, you're going to get paid a ransom sum of money. I should say ransom. A massive sum of money. A massive sum of money. And how much is it? Upwards of $26,000 per employee. So if you kept that employee on staff from 2019 to 2021, you're going to get paid $26,000 per employee. If this was 20 employees, you're going to get $500,000 of money. It's incredible. It's only on LALATE in prime time, and it's only in that incredible membership newsletter. Also, children's checks. If you had children that had to stay home from the schools during the pandemic, and you had to pay for their meals, even though schools would normally pay for it, that's PEBT checks. Those are coming out to you as well. Details of them are heating up broadcasts all throughout this channel. That is the PEBT checks. Finally, unemployment stimulus. Unemployment will never be forgotten because it's a bread and butter of this channel, and I want to make sure you know how it works. Unemployment is for people who are fired as a W-2 employee anytime, even now. Step 1, file a claim. Go to your state's Department of Unemployment and say, I'm a fired W-2 employee, if that's what happened. Date you're fired, you put it in. Then I'll ask you 3 questions. Willing to work? Yes. Able to work? Yes. Want some checks? Yes. Done. Claim will be approved, step 1. But you got to do step 2. On step 2, I'll ask you, which weeks were you still a fired, unemployed W-2 person? And I'll ask you to do 1 week at a time, and you'll do that 1 week at a time until you bring it up to the present when you got a brand new job and you're ready to rock and roll. That's tens of thousands of dollars as unemployment. No one else cares about you as much as I do because I'm still covering unemployment stimulus on this channel 3 years later. I want to remind you, because I always forget myself, I I always forget myself. I mean, it just feels like it was yesterday, but it was not yesterday. I was the very, very first person to record any video for unemployment stimulus. How do I know that? Because the websites were not open. The websites were not open. I actually made videos before the unemployment stimulus of the pandemic started. And I said they're going to open them about 3 days from now, get the applications in ahead of time. And people thought I was crazy. I'm like, no, because this is first come, first serve stuff. You know how this works. And it just feels like it's yesterday. It really just feels like it yesterday. I remember people saying Hawaii was having problems with the computers. And 3 years, and I'm never going to leave the subject matter because unemployment's important. I mean, people are always getting fired. Except me. It's too late. In the big second half, we're going to continue over what's going on with the rest of the economy. But here's what you need to know, is that stimulus is still heating up, and it's still getting broader across the board. It was less than 1 week ago when Joe Biden took stimulus check E and expanded across the board. And these nuances are very subtle. And they are a difference of tens of thousands of dollars for you. That's why you want to become a member. SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low income, 75,000 less, single individual, married couple, 150,000 less. Go get these incredible stimulus checks, ADQ. Largest stimulus check, 100,000. Smallest, 8,000. Fastest routing time, 2 days. Johnny started on Monday, started by Wednesday, he had $45,000. The end of the week, he had 75,000. But remember, he got 15 applications in. That's how you do it. We have the computer, the car, the home repairs, the appliances, the free internet, the monthly stimulus checks, the MSCs. We have checks that run 18 months. We have checks that cover everything from free internet to free appliances to free meals. We have a little bit of almost everything. It is all in that incredible membership newsletter. And the stimulus now is more than it's ever been in the United States, because once stimulus is passed, it remains law so long as it's still funded. And these are still funded. And that's why it's so exciting. In fact, stimulus check R is really only heating up right now. It's really brand new in a way for 2023. How do you get all these details? Become a member. Join the channel. Welcome to the 100 new members who have joined LATE 1, LATE 2, or LATE 3. Once you become a member, or how do you become a member? Remember to join on the channel. Then you go to that membership newsletter. That's the membership newsletter. It's at the top of the chat, pinned comment and description of every video on all 3 channels. Go right into that membership newsletter right now. Grab the password, which is sent to you nearly 100 times per day in every post on all 3 channels for members. It'll say current password. It'll have the hawk next to it. Put it into that password protected website, and you are ready to rock and roll. The password is updated once a day. These are your wonderful checks, ADQ for you, SSI and SSDI, veterans, low income. Then we have the children's checks, and also we have the small business at Stimulus Check R. Become a member right tonight. In the big second half, we'll go over the latest details, what happened with this economy today, and also the confusion that heated up after those comments that came in from this person. What did he say? Rumors that they're going to get rid of crypto stock in the U.S. for retail consumers. Does that mean they're getting rid of crypto in the United States? I'll explain the confusion that quote led people to yesterday and its impact on the market today and Crypto Wall Street Live in the big second half. Here's Bitcoin and Ethereum today and Decentraland. Plus, we're looking at why Lyft may need to take a ride. Lyft was down 30% and may have to, take a vacation for Expedia. Down 2% as well. What's going on here? Well, the latest details across the board. Any stock coins like yesterday? I'll explain why there was none and also explain to you why there's likely to be more stimulus across the board. Plus, in tonight's broadcast, I will be answering one of the viewers' questions, and she asked for me to go over artificial intelligence that heated up with ChatGPT and Microsoft last week. What is it? What does it mean? And how do you get financial exposure to it if it could make you money? That's, of course, always what we're looking at. Plus, I'll put that in the context of this also confusing word, crypto staking, which I'll throw out today with saying stalking. Crypto staking. These terminologies are very important, and if you get confused by them, well, I'll explain it to you. We'll be jumping on some live charts. Here's Decentraland right now. Bit right now. Troubling. And also be looking at why there was no stalker coins throughout the day. It's a big second half. We're just getting started. It's America's most watched show for prime time financial news. I'll see you back in 60 seconds. as Crypto Wall Street Live heats up tonight's broadcast. What a show we got tonight. I'm so excited for you. See you back in 60 seconds.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.